This is Peter Field and Les Binet. Take a good look at them. They're about to own marketing for the next 10 years. They're old. They were old when I was young. They're old account planners from London. They are proper account planners, and they've been sitting on the IPA Effectiveness Awards in London now for about 15 years. That's every good bit of planning out of the UK. They've been looking at it, analyzing it, adding it to their database, what works and what doesn't work. And they've worked out a lot of important stuff. This will absolutely impact everyone, and I'm telling you now, it's the most important theory in marketing in a good 15 years. Here's the key point that no one's quite worked out yet, but it's about to become massive. The key point is, if you drill down into Field and Binet, what they've also discovered is when you look at that short-term stuff, the activation, and you compare targeting customers, like a customer segment, or everyone or non-customers, the best response you get is by targeting very specific segments. So when you do activation work, you want to go after tight targets. But when you do that long-term brand building stuff, that's not the case. Actually, the best results you get are when you go after everybody in the category. What's the balance between the red and the blue? Well, according to all of their 15 years and more than 15,000 case studies, the optimum balance is 40%, or what they now call the 60-40 rule. 60% of your budget should be committed to long-term brand building. There's no doubt what is the best campaign in the United Kingdom this year and what will win every effectiveness award at the end of the year. It's the campaign for KFC. When KFC changed their distributor earlier this year, unfortunately, that distributor discovered they weren't much good at delivering chickens. And that resulted in a 3-week absence of chickens from KFC all over the UK, which resulted in interviews with a whole host of British people who really shouldn't be eating fried chicken, complaining that they wanted to eat fried chicken. In response to that, the very talented chief marketing officer at KFC did this. She ran full print ads in all the major British newspapers saying, FCK, fuck, right? And then apologizing. And she did it in such a decent British fashion that people suddenly said, you know what, we understand, get the chickens back, we forgive you. This is the story of news media overnight turning around everything. Except it's not. Probably only about 15% of the people that KFC were trying to reach saw those newspaper ads. Most of them saw it reflected in social media. The interaction of the authority and newsworthiness and trust of newspaper advertising was then reflected in the targeting, in the ubiquity of social media. 1 × 1 = 3.